Let's review the cell cycle with mitosis before we start meiosis. The cell cycle consists of three parts. The first part is interphase. The second part would be the mitotic phase or mitosis. And the third part would be cytokinesis. Interphase has three parts. G1, where the cell grows and organelles replicate. The cell grows like double in its size to accommodate the extra organelles. S for the synthesis of DNA or the making of DNA, and G2 basically more growth occurs and the cell prepares for division. Division of the nucleus is the mitosis stage of the cell cycle. It has four parts. Think of PMAT, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. And then cytokinesis occurs where the cell splits in half and the cytoplasm splits, resulting in two daughter cells identical to the parent cell. Meiosis will also begin with interphase, and as I mentioned before, it basically is where the cell, gamete cells or sex cells, prepare to make a new organism by creating four daughter cells with only half the number of chromosomes. Meiosis has two parts. So interphase will occur, which basically consists of the G1, S, G2, longest part of the cycle. This would be a gamete cell or a sex cell. And after interphase occurs, Meiosis One begins. Meiosis One is a little bit different from mitosis. Basically what happens, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, all the things that are occurring remain the same. For example, the cell, nuclear membrane breaks up, chromosomes coil, the centrioles move apart, and spindle forms in between. It's the same. The difference is that the chromosomes line up in a tetrad formation. Basically what that means is they line up with their homologous pair. If you look here, and I'm going to zoom in, the chromosomes are lined up with their homologous pairs. So this would be a pair from one parent, and this would be a pair from another parent, mother, father, let's say. And why do they call it tetrad? Because you have four pieces of chromosome, 2, 3, 4. Two homologous pairs, four pieces. That's your tetrad. And basically what happens during that lining up is, if you notice here, if you zoom in right here, the chromosomes cross over. That's called crossing over. And then genetic material actually gets exchanged. That's how you end up with so much variation among organisms. If you look here, this orange chromosome has a piece of the homologous pair, and here as well. So that's the part where chromosomes cut in half. This part, this 1, 2, 3, 4 doesn't necessarily mean 1, 2, 3, 4. This is an overview of things that take place during meiosis 1. But when chromosomes are cut in half, that's basically during telophase. And this and crossing over basically happens during prophase. Then meiosis 2 occurs. Meiosis 2, and let me go back here. You have interphase, then you have PMAT, then you have cytokinesis. So let's add cytokinesis here. And then meiosis 2 begins. There's no interphase again. It goes straight into meiosis 2. And meiosis 2 is very much the same as mitosis. Let's take, for example, just this set of cells. Although they're gamete cells, so that makes it different. You have the original cell, and the daughter cells are identical to the original cell. The difference is they're gamete cells, and you start with two cells resulting in four daughter cells.